Howdy, this is the second project of my ARCH655 class, and I would like to try different methods to create some kinds of fancy patterns in order to gain more practical experience or inspiration. So the first method I'm going to use is Voronoi. First, I place points randomly in Rhino and set them into Grasshopper with point component. By constructing points in Grasshopper, can I outline the base boundary of pattern box. And I connect the predefined points to Voronoi component, then yeah, I'm zooming, you can see that clearly, and predefined, then make a linkage between Voronoi and NURBS curve. I can easily gain a fundamental texture which could be able to adjust its spacing as well as thickness in terms of number slider. And then I extrude the texture from plane in order to make three-dimensional pattern box. Yeah, I'm previewed it, and at last I adding caps to cover those holes so that I can finalize this cellular pattern box. So this is the second or maybe the first experiment to set up a series of hexagonal grids and adjust each hexagon's thickness. So to build some hexagonal grids is to create a boundary for the pattern I'm going to use as elementary unit. The shape, range, and its location are controlled by respective number sliders. To connect those points to polygon components in order to generate basic surface of the pattern, and through using offset and loft components, can I create a three-dimensional cells. So to experiment whether I can make some cells closed or while the others open associated with external condition, I insert one black and white image into the grasshopper and make them interconnected. And then I find there's an interesting texture come into being, which comprised of closed cells and open cells. In the Rhino, I have already baked this pattern, as you can see that so this is some kind of rendering of this. Oh, this is a beautiful girl. I Google it and download it. And next experiment is to make a facade which can be able to adjust it by one curve and one point, so as to generate dynamic as well as a multivariate texture. In Rhino, I draw a surface and make it useful in Grasshopper, and setting one point and curve line randomly and link those things to contour components in order to gain a set of breadth contour lines. Then the construct breadth component is used to generate points along each contour line. Then going to create closed points of curves and surface, and also move those created points out of the surface. And next I will use rotate 3D components, as you can see the scattered point, to adjust arrangement of those points so that they will be controlled by the existing curve line and point. And there are some dynamic curves which associate with that points have been moved out. And unless using loft components to create a lofted surface that based on a set of section curves last, in this experiment, I'll try to create, oh no, this is, oh yeah. In this experiment, I try to create a pattern with color spectrum that can also be adjustable. Likewise, I also create hexagonal grids to make a basic layout. Then I put a point randomly within the hexagonal boundary, thereby constructing a circle component that make the point as center of this circle. The minimum and maximum component are used to control density of circles as well as diffuse distance of circles. And I create 3 points which are named as red, green, and blue to represent tricolor. Then several components will be used to adjust hue within the pattern. And next, I'm going to use the color RGB component to create color channels. And the number of slider is used to control the transparency of the pattern. And last, the custom preview component makes me see what I have done for this pattern. And you can see those points that represent red, blue, and green could be adjusted in a Rhino, and the hue makes difference. So, thank you. Hope you enjoyed.